This is the Georgia Dogs Podcast on the Believe Podcast Network.
It did. Joe Cox with an up and out. Wide open. Touchdown. Israel Troop.
Snap to Young. Drops back. Pressure from the edges. He throws near sideline. And it's intercepted. Intercepted. Keely Ringo at the 21. Off he goes. 40, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. Near sideline. Breaks the tackle. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. 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 Georgia.
Good evening, neighborhood. How about them dogs?
32, 18. Let the celebration begin.
What's up, folks? It's the Believe in Georgia Dogs podcast. Corey Burton. Joining me is my man, Israel Troop. Israel, got some new swag, I see.
Yeah, got some Gator stuff going on. As you can see, it's not that ugly orange and blue. So, I feel comfortable, actually saying that, on the Georgia Dogs podcast. So,
very good.
I'm excited about it. Saying go Gators is still, a little weird, but hey, it comes with the territory.
Yeah, when it's the school you work at, the school you coach at, and it's not orange and blue, I can give you a pass, even though it still sounds weird to hear you say go Gators. But, as long as you say that on Friday and not Saturday, we're good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I worked at a school. We had Auburn's fight song.
Ooh, that's awful.
And we were orange and blue, like they're orange and blue.
So we are the Tigers or the Eagles?
Yes.
To both.
Yeah. No, we were the Blaze. We were the Blackman Blaze. And so I don't know where the Auburn fight song comes in. The War Eagle song.
Oh yeah.
That was what we used. It took me. I still haven't figured it out, but every time we scored a touchdown, which was often that season, I was trying to figure out why we played that.
Yeah. So somebody must have had ties to the school at some point.
Yeah. I don't know. And it wasn't a very old school either. So I think they were built in 2000, I think. Right at 2000. So
that ain't old at all.
No, not a chance, not for a school. So but the good news is it was our official. I'm gonna be doing a lot of that tomorrow. It was our official last day with the kids today. It was a half day, the last two exams. We took up computers. We had our last faculty meeting. We're going to have a faculty meeting tomorrow. Mm-hmm. We still have to come to school tomorrow. But
yeah,
I got
go tomorrow too.
I got one signature to get for my grades, and that's it.
Yeah.
But
do that. That's the only thing I got to do tomorrow is grade verification, which mine were done like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
but they always wait to the last minute to get everything done and make you come to school.
Mm-hmm. They just got to. District mandates, I guess. I don't know. But our principal said in our official faculty meeting, which was a luncheon, that he wasn't going to be looking for anybody tomorrow. That get everything on your checklist signed, and he's not going to be looking for anybody unless he has to.
9 times out of 10, he's probably not going to be there.
Nah, and he coaches travel baseball, so he's definitely not going to be there.
Yeah, absolutely not.
He had to literally run off the stage at graduation so he could jump in his car and drive to Charleston for a tournament because he coaches his son's travel team.
Travel baseball is not something I want to get into. I've come up with this theory that I'm going to let other coaches coach my kids until they get in high school. Obviously, my daughter won't play a sport for me,
right.
But my son will if he decides to play football at some point. But I'm going to be a hands-off parent. I'm going to support their coaches, but, I think this travel ball thing and all-stars and all this stuff that kids getting upset and stuff is just getting overwhelming. it takes
Wait,
away.
you're going to
the
be a
fun of the
normal
game.
adult? Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to be a normal adult. You know what I mean? It's
rare.
crazy. It's
Yeah.
you know. I just saw a post on Facebook, about a parent that was upset because his kids didn't make All-Stars, and I'm like, it's really not that important.
No, I mean, it's great if you make it. Cool. It's a good accomplishment, but is it the end all be all? No.
He's 8. He's 8 years old. I don't think it's that important.
I mean, he's got his whole life to be. I mean, at 8 years old, I didn't care about baseball. I mean,
At 8 years old,
I enjoyed it, but like I didn't care about making All-Stars or going to the state tournament and traveling all around and being competitive. I just was out there because baseball was fun.
Yeah, and my mama didn't like sitting at the baseball field all day.
Mm-hmm.
So I did play travel ball, but
I eventually did too. But
it wasn't as big as it is now. It was more to stay in shape and not be eating up all the snacks at home during the summer.
Yeah, I mean we traveled around. I mean we played in a Pensacola tournament and we played in like one other out of town tournament. But for the most part, we just traveled all around Atlanta and played different clubs. And we didn't take ourselves too seriously. We had fun. We were competitive. We were really good. But we finished 5th in the Southeast. We made it to the Southeast Regional tournament for Double ABC. We finished 5th. Had it not been for 6 errors, we probably would have gotten to we definitely would have gotten to the semifinals. And I don't know what would have happened there, but the team that won the Southeast Regional and went on to the World Series was a team that we probably played 20 times.
Mm-hmm.
The River Bandits, and they were really good too. They definitely were the best team in the Southeast. Like they definitely earned that. So, but it was fun. Like it was competitive. Like the parents weren't all up in arms if their kid wasn't the ace pitcher or the starting center fielder. I mean, we all had our roles and that was it.
Yeah, absolutely. I used to coach. And what's funny is me and Sanders Cummings actually played for the same travel ball team. He played for the younger group, the year younger than myself, and I mean, we just had fun. I mean, the most fun other than playing ball was actually like going to the skating rink or going to putt. When we got done playing, we just loved being around each other. Now it's whose dad is doing this, and when can mommy get a picture? And my baby didn't. He only played 2 innings of this game because your son is sorry. He's not very good. That's kind of why I got out. I used to coach travel ball.
Oh man,
and that's really why I got out of it, because I think the misconception is, since I coach football, they don't think I know baseball, especially the ones that don't know me.
Right.
But little did they
drafted?
know I knew. I did. I was an all-state baseball player.
Yeah.
So still, I'm second in home runs in Tift County history. Still.
Yeah.
And that record was just beat in like 2016, I think it was.
Yeah.
So I had that record for like 10 years.
Dang, that's
before
crazy.
It was broken.
Yeah.
So I know a little bit about baseball.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah. I remember like it was close enough to where you almost like I didn't think you were going to come to Georgia. I thought you were going to go play baseball.
Everybody thought I was going to leave. Hindsight being 2020, if I knew then what I know now, I probably would have went.
Yeah. What team was it?
But the Rockies.
Rockies. Oh, that'd have been fun.
Mm-hmm.
You could have hit a lot of home runs there.
Absolutely. Made a lot of money. I wouldn't be a teacher, I tell you that.
No, you probably be in the minor league system somewhere or coaching baseball somewhere.
Absolutely. I'm going to the show, baby.
There you go. Now batting, the center fielder, number 28, Israel Troop, number 28. Yeah, that would have been a lot of fun. I played baseball longer than I played football also in my life. I just wasn't. I peaked. Unfortunately, I peaked when I was 14 years old. I was a monster when I was 14 years old, and then it just went downhill from there.
I was what the people call now obese, but when we were growing up, it was husky till about 7th, 8th grade.
Yeah, I was definitely husky. Now I would be like sent to some fat camp or, be talked about like, oh my God, you need to go vegan or you need to, something that would have caused people to say, pause.
Yes, people would be upset with our parents.
I would have
in this day and age.
Yeah, I would have definitely. Yeah, I mean, I was working out, so it was like I was working out frequently. So I mean, it didn't matter what I ate.
Nah,
I just burnt right up, and I was just big.
Yeah, there's this thing called puberty that every young man goes through.
Yeah, and I hit it
right about that age.
I hit it before everybody. Like part of the reason I don't care about beards is because I've had one since I was like 11 years old. I've had the ability to grow one, so I'm like, it's no big deal to me.
Yeah, I'm still jealous of that aspect.
Some
working on mine. It's coming. It's coming in nice.
It is coming in nice. It is coming in nice.
Coming in nicely.
But you know what else is Betonline, because that's who's presenting us. And our partners at BetOnline continue to be the number one source for all your betting needs and sports info. Find all the latest odds, news, sports developments for the NBA playoffs. We're going to get into that a little bit too later on in the randomness section. Major League Baseball fights and NFL futures. BetOnline is your continued source for all your sports wagering needs, including live betting and the fan favorite Vegas casino and poker games. It's really easy to get started. Head to the website, use a mobile device, sign up, use promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, to receive your 50% welcome bonus. Not everybody's doing that. You should jump on that for sure. And that happens on your first deposit. So, BetOnline, it's where the game starts. I've had lots of cool interactions on BetOnline. I haven't played in a while, but I've had a lot of good experiences with BetOnline. It's definitely a very, very user-friendly website.
Absolutely. Ever since they fixed the whole credit card deal, which I like, actually calling, verify that it's you.
Yeah.
But it's very user friendly. I'm kind of getting back into it now, especially with baseball and things going on now too. So, I mean, it's fun. I love it. I haven't really gotten into poker and stuff yet, but I might dabble in that over the summer a little bit since I got a little bit more time.
Blackjack is addicting. I'll say that. It's addicting.
I'm going to tap out. I'm going to just give my money. I'm good.
Yeah. I say that and I'm just like, all right, another hand. Okay, I'm going to get back right here. Okay, hit me. Split it. Double down, Just, and then the next thing you know, I'm like, oh, shit.
I'm going to go to bed.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Okay, I got to log off now before I get mad, throw my iPad. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so did you watch or were you able to? I know we were at school, but were you able to watch the baseball game?
I did. Me and my son watched it, and I was telling him all the things not to do as a baseball player.
Yeah, it was brutal, wasn't it?
We didn't hit the ball worth a dang. I think it's Connor. He had the 2-run shot. Kind of got us back into it. I think our pitching held up well. I wouldn't say it was that, but we just didn't produce runners. We didn't produce base runners. We didn't play small ball when we did.
Right.
I think they have a little bit too much free reign to swing the bat. And I tweeted it as well. We're watching too many good pitches. We get 3-0, and I always had the green light as a hitter. Simply because I had plate discipline. I knew what pitch I was looking for. I wasn't swinging at junk. If I get an all-speed pitch that I like, I was swinging at it, by timing down. But other than that, I wasn't sitting there taking a fastball that's belt high. And I think we do that. Once you get to 3-1, the odds are still in your favor, but you get 3-2, pitcher can still throw whatever he wants to at that point. You know what I mean? So if you watch one, then you foul one off, now you're 3-2, now you can throw whatever you want. Because it's a 50-50 chance he's either going to walk you or get you out. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
you got to play the odds as a baseball player.
Yeah, you do.
And I don't think, and I'm not gonna say that we don't, but we don't have plate discipline at all right now. We're swinging at stuff in the dirt. We're swinging at off-speed pitches, first pitch. We're getting fooled at the plate as if we don't know what's going on. So our approach is awful, absolutely awful. But one thing I did notice, our defense and our pitching held up. So I think we gotta get in the cage.
Yeah,
absolutely. It was 5-1 for forever.
Yeah.
So we had a chance to win that game. We had a chance to come back, but I mean, you got to touch all 4 bases to get a run, and you got to actually put people on base to actually get those runs. So I think that's the biggest problem that we have.
Yeah, and you got to put it in play too. I mean, it's just you never know what's going to happen. Like,
strikeouts and pop-ups are like our best friend. I think like we owe them some money because that's all we do.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, and it comes, like you said, lack of discipline at the plate, no approach. You're just going up there and just trying to hack at whatever you can hack at, and it's not going to work. I mean, you've got to go up there with a plan in mind. You've got to go up there actually knowing what this pitcher's delivering, and go up there with a purpose and say, okay, this is his out pitch. I'm going to try to avoid it if I can, and I'm going to try to sit on this pitch and drive it somewhere. I don't care where it goes. I'm going to drive it. Like, the art of driving at opposite field I feel like is lost, not just with Georgia baseball, but baseball in general. I mean, every time I watch a game, it's like every other batter, they're like the right side of the infield plays on the left side.
Mm-hmm.
They all go to the left side of the infield, or they all go to the right side of the infield, depending on if it's a left-handed hitter. Like, everybody's so pull happy that, like, you don't have to play somebody at shortstop and third base when there's a lefty, or vice versa when there's a righty. I mean, it's ridiculous. Like,
it's crazy to me that teams aren't teaching, opposite field gap. A lot of times players are surveying the field. As a quarterback, what do you do? First thing you do is survey the field as you come out. As a batter, that's what I would do.
See if you can diagnose
where
the coverage
is.
Yeah.
And see where the holes are, diagnose where their worst outfielder is, where their worst fielder, things like that. See where the infield's playing. Are they playing you back? Are they playing you even? Where the corner's playing? Where's the middle playing? Little things like that should be processed through your mind as a baseball player.
Yeah.
That we aren't doing.
And you're playing major SEC baseball, or even the major league guys. I don't see this a lot in the major leagues. Like, you're a major league hitter. You're the best of the best. You mean to tell me that you can't put that ball wherever you want to?
Absolutely.
I mean, come on. Anywhere. Like, it doesn't matter. You can strike that thing right down the line if you really wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's how good those guys are.
Yep.
Like, they can hit balls all over the zone, but they just want to go up there and hit dingers
all the time.
And they swing out of their shoes and they end up popping it up or rolling it over or striking out.
When I was a baseball player, if I pulled the ball, it was by accident.
Yeah,
I was center to right field all day.
Mm-hmm. And did you score a lot of runs?
I did. I had a very high batting average. I batted over 400. I mean, it was easy. A lot of RBIs.
Yeah, I mean,
put the ball in play.
Good things happen when you put the ball where people aren't and you get on base. And then you probably stole too, right?
Absolutely.
You're probably aggressive base running, right?
Had the green light all the time.
There you go. Why? Because you put it in play, and your teammates probably put it in play so they can move you over and get you in scoring position or get you across the plate.
Absolutely. If you hit the ball enough on the ground and make them feel the ball, somebody's gonna make a mistake.
Mm-hmm. Especially in high school, and especially in college.
If you put the ball in the air, that's 99.99% out. If the ball's in the air, so all they have to do is catch it. If you make somebody field the ball and throw the ball, they have to field it, they have to throw it. Person has to step on the bag. Person has to catch the ball. Then have to step on the bag. There's a whole process that goes with that.
What about when somebody's on base and you have to field it, make a decision on what you want to do with it? That's a lost art too. Like knowing where you're going before the things hit to you. Like, hey, if this thing's hit to me, I'm going to second or going to third. Or
absolutely. The fact that I watch Tennessee play. I love watching Tennessee play because even though they're arrogant, they hit and run, they butt and run, they steal. They're arrogant, but they play baseball. Yeah, that's what it is. Teams aren't playing baseball anymore.
No, They're playing. I don't know what you would how you describe it, but it's not real baseball. It's kind of like what the NBA was. Yeah, it's kind of like what the NBA was in the early 2000s.
Yeah, that's no longer
where it
available.
was get it to your best player and let him drive.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody just stand out of the way. Basically, like get it to Kobe and just let him drive the lane, or get it to LeBron and watch him just run down and dunk. Like there was no basketball in the early 2000s in the NBA. There's no baseball right now.
But it's really hard to hit something that's moving toward you too, which takes a lot of hand-eye coordination.
Mm-hmm. It does.
It takes a lot of practice. So
there's
if you
no
think
excuse.
you're just going to go out there and play baseball, you're sadly mistaken.
Mm-hmm. But I wish people would actually play baseball. The ones that are good at it, wish they would actually play a lot more baseball. So, but yeah, it's definitely a bad taste in the mouth. They go 15-15 in conference play. RPI number 12 in strength of schedule. Second, they're going to go to the NCAA tournament, but they're probably going to have to travel, right? We're probably going to have to travel.
Yeah.
I don't know where we're going to land. Hopefully not too far. Hopefully with a kind of a weaker number one. But, thankfully the season's not over. It's just not quite what we wanted in the SEC tournament. I thought we had a chance getting into the quarterfinals.
Absolutely. There's no reason why I'm watching Florida and Texas A&M play earlier today. And I'm like, there's no reason why we should not be playing against these two teams. Texas A&M is pretty sporty. I'm not gonna lie, they're pretty good.
Speaking of Florida, did you see them in their first game? They were playing South Carolina.
The last run, he dropped the ball.
Dude had them dead to right.
And dropped the ball.
Like the third base coach didn't send them earlier when he should have. Sent him when he shouldn't have. Like that third base coach had a rough go. He probably got fired. But
oh man,
God, I had him dead to right, man. And the catcher just popped out of his glove. That's such bad luck. Yeah, I mean he was
out.
Yeah, I mean it was a no doubter. I mean he had the tag on and everything. The ball just boop.
Yeah. The umpire said out first and then saw the ball and was like safe.
Yeah,
the umpire was like, "Yeah, you're out." Oh, never mind.
He's like, safe. Oh, and he pointed at the ball too, which was good. Good on his part. He pointed at the ball to let you know that, hey, I saw that hit the ground. He's safe.
That's a tough way to go out.
That is a very tough way to go out for South Carolina. But Florida pulls their pitcher and lose the lead. Their starting pitcher was dealing. They pulled him in the ninth. And South Carolina put across 2 runs to tie it up, and that's just tough luck too. But that was one of those back and forth games, and then it's been a pretty good tournament so far.
Yeah, the rain's kind of we're getting it here too.
Yeah, we've been getting rain all week.
It's like Jumanji outside, rain for us.
I know.
It's sunny, and then all of a sudden it's monsooning outside.
So this is what it's like to live in South Florida. Yeah. Yeah,
all the time in the Everglades, I feel like, is where we're at.
Well, you would know that more than I do because now especially because you're gonna be in a swamp. But
yeah, so much so that I went and played golf yesterday and walked right by a snake. Walked right by him.
Nope.
But I saw him in the bushes. But as I was walking, I saw him. I was like, "Look at this!" But he didn't see me though.
Yeah, lucky you didn't see me. I had something for him. I had a 4-iron. Actually, you're probably not hitting a 4-iron ever because you're never that far away.
Actually, I did have a 4-iron in my hand, but I did.
Oh, there you go. Dude, I was right.
All my people that play golf never go near the woods without an iron in your hand. Trust me, you're going to need it, especially during this time of year.
As much time as I spend in the woods, that's great advice. God, I hadn't played in a while. I probably suck now. I was like starting to get down in the 70s. Like I cracked 80 a couple times before I stopped playing.
There you go. Got to get back into it. I love it. Especially during the, well, it's hard for us because, we're teachers and, we coach football and stuff. So our best time is during the summer to play.
Yeah. Although I did get a summer job.
Teaching summer school?
Hell no. I'm a job coach for Goodwill. Goodwill has this program called Power Youth or whatever. And so like I'll have like 15 kids and they all got jobs, right? And so they go to these jobs, and I basically
so you're like their supervisor.
I'm like their supervisor, and they're like job coach. So it's pretty good, man. $25 an hour, and I've got to check on them like once every couple of weeks.
Damn.
And like I have to keep up with them, phone call wise and virtually.
Yeah,
I'll have to lead a once a week 2-hour training every Friday, but. And they give me the topics, so it's just basically like, hey, make sure you do this. Hey, make sure you do that. Here's how you solve a conflict at work. Don't go off on your boss. Don't threaten to kick his ass. Don't throw stuff
and twerk in the middle of the hallway.
Yeah. Stay off TikTok until you get off work. Stuff like that.
Just little things.
Stuff that gets you paid. And Kirby Smart's not doing any TikToks right now because he's about to get paid.
I saw the numbers, and he might be the second highest paid coach.
Should be
behind Nick Saban. He's gonna be up there.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Monk is making $2 million.
Yeah, he got a raise. That's awesome.
That's
he deserved
like
it, man.
Venables type money right there now.
Yeah, it's gonna dissuade him from going anywhere else. Although
I don't know how much.
If Monk had leaves, he's going back to the NFL.
Coaches make. Yeah, I don't know how much they make, but $2 million as a college, and all I got to do is coach football all day. Shoot.
Mm-hmm. $2 million, gotta love it. Yeah, but yeah, his deal could be worth $100 million or so. Kirby's, and I don't know how many years they're saying, but. It's going to be a lot, man. Brooks is getting a pay bump as well. Your boy Josh Brooks, he's they're trying to make Kirby being able to compete with Lincoln Riley too. Lincoln Riley's getting $10 million a year. Do you think he deserves that?
Yeah, I think he's going to do some. I think he's going to do some really good things at USC. USC is missing that swag they used to have when Pete Carroll was there. Let's be honest. When he had Matt Lillard, Reggie Bush.
Used to be an event, man.
All those guys. It was, Lindell White, all of them dudes. Troy Palmater. Come on now. He had a squad when he was over there. So the swag that USC used to have, was kind of lost. So I think it went when Lane left. Because Lane had a little bit of swag about him too.
Yeah.
When he left too, it was.
Yeah, just
fast.
They hired Clay Helton, and it's just, you go from that to that, and Sark getting fired, mid-season or whatever. It got worse and worse and worse. But so, are you like Lincoln Riley? You getting all that attention. Is it warranted with the way he left Oklahoma? I don't think we ever talked about this, did we?
I don't think we did. I think he left. It's hard to turn that down. You're going to Cali. You're going to get recruits because of USC. People haven't forgotten how good USC is now. It hadn't been good in a while, but to play in the Coliseum and to do all that stuff, you get the right person in there. You're going to get back to what y'all used to be. Yeah. That was a national powerhouse. So I think Lincoln Riley's the guy to do that. It's a business at the end of the day. So you never want to leave a place, like you did, in that situation, I would guess. But obviously it wasn't too bad because Williams went with him. They picked up another receiver from Oklahoma too. So obviously it wasn't that bad.
And they got Jordan Addison as well. So I mean, they're racking it up. I know Oklahoma fans are really, really upset, and I don't know. Like they're really happy with Venables. They really hate Lincoln Riley, but I don't know. Like people saying you get offered $10 million a year. You know, it's hard to turn down.
It's the people that are not making that money that are saying he does. If somebody offered you $10 million a year, you ain't turning that down, cuz. Let's just be honest. You're not turning that down.
No, especially when you're making like $3 million a year.
You're in the Pac-10 or Pac-12, and you don't have to see Alabama. You don't have to see Georgia every year, and you're making $10 million a year in California on the beach, and they bought everything for you.
He ain't gonna spend $10 million. He ain't gonna be able to spend that money ever.
He might get close in gas or whatever. Gas is $8, but I mean, other than that,
yeah,
he's making bank, and no person, man, woman, child is going to turn down $10 million a year to be loyal to a school that can fire you at the drop of a hat.
Yeah, not a chance.
And that's what fans don't understand. You don't realize that, oh, he's this, he's that. Man, they can fire me tomorrow if they don't like me. Come on.
Yeah, these boosters will turn on you like nobody's business.
You saw that when he left. Oh, Lincoln this, Lincoln that. He just took you to 2 semifinals. I mean, come on now.
He was one Texas loss away from being turned, from them turning on him.
So, I mean, let's be real now. Let's keep it a buck. As the kids, let's keep it a buck. Let's be real.
Keep it a buck, yeah. Let's keep it one-handed.
But with Kirby getting this deal, opens the door for all his assistant coaches. Because one thing I will say about Dabo, that span of time when they were really good, the whole coaching staff stayed, and he was paying his guys.
Yeah.
So that keeps people from leaving. You got the right recipe in there right now. So I mean, when you getting your deal, you're like, hey, what about my guys?
And first domino of that fell with Todd Monken. I'm sure it's going to go right down the line. The new guys obviously aren't going to, they're going to get what they get. But Todd Hartley should get, God, he's got an NFL tight end room.
Absolutely.
He needs to get a raise. I think he did.
He should be up there.
I think he's up to 600 now.
Hey man, he got to make at least 7.
Yeah.
I mean,
him and Del McGee need to be.
Absolutely.
They need to be paid.
I think B-Mac's making like 8 something.
Yeah. Which
Schumann and Muschamp are making 8. So I mean, they got to be close.
Get those guys paid, man. They deserve it. Trey Scott, just back up the truck, man. Give him a blank check.
Absolutely. Spending $90 million on the stadium renovations, which is great.
Yeah,
got some great ideas going on.
Yeah. Let's talk about that for a minute. That's going to be cool.
I think it's cool how they're doing it. I do hate. I think it's still be the same when the trumpet play. I think they'll just move it over to the right a little bit, but they're taking that whole section out of where he usually plays at. So, but it is really cool that people who aren't in the game can kind of see it a little bit better. It's a little bit more open. It's going to be a very fan friendly stadium now, which is absolutely awesome considering all the traffic that comes through there.
Yeah, I think so. And
and in my personal opinion, I don't think we should worry about selling alcohol in the stadium right now.
No.
I saw that, was being discussed, but you got to think Georgia fans get really, really hammered before the game anyway. Yeah. And if you bring that into the stadium, it's going to be really, really bad, so,
Yeah, just think of, oh man, just think of the pandemonium there. But yeah, that's going to be cool. The press box are moving over a little bit. But yeah, I mean, finally, the stadium gets the attention it deserves. I mean, it's been neglected for way too long. Way too long.
Me and my wife went this past year. It's really cool how they've done it right now with the video board and everything like that. New speakers and everything's in there, so it sounds phenomenal. So I love the renovation they're doing. And tennis is getting some love. Baseball's got some love. Softball's got some love. Soccer's got some love. Now tennis is finally getting their due. So everybody's getting a piece of the pie, which is great.
Baseball, they're finally getting their own. They're getting like a pitching lab. They're getting their own nutrition center now. They're getting like coaches' offices. They're revamping what they already have a little bit. I mean, baseball's getting a whole facelift. I'm glad to see some of the other sports and the guys and girls down on Millage getting their due. I guess it's just girl sports down on Millage with the softball and soccer, but I'm glad everybody's cashing in.
Absolutely.
Because there's definitely plenty of money, and there's no reason why Georgia Athletics shouldn't be the best at everything and have the best facilities. I mean, for years we had the best tennis facilities, and then we just kind of stopped. So the only thing that's left on the agenda now is I don't know how you feel about the Steg, but I think we just need to start over.
I think they've done really good with the inside. I think the inside looks way better.
Yeah, I will say that.
I think the outside needs a little bit of work. Maybe paint it.
It's just time. It's just time.
So.
Sometimes it's just time. But again, I like the location of it, so I'd hate for them to like relocate it if they had to build a new one.
Yeah, right.
And I don't know where they would.
Time for real.
Yeah, I don't know where they would play. So I don't know. I mean, it's okay, I guess. But I don't know. It needs some work because it looks like a Stegosaurus. It looks like it was built in 1920. The gymnastics facilities.
Get some outside stuff.
Yeah, you do. Like the windows were just lipstick on a pig. But you gotta do some work out there. Put some, gut out the outside and put some LED stuff in there and make it really cool looking. Put like an LED G in there in the top.
Yeah, I think the front's kind of redone. I think it's more open in the front. Like when you ride by on the main street, not where the football field is. I think that's kind of redone. I think they just got to do some work on the back, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, over where it connects to the gymnastics.
Yeah, where ranking and stuff is on the backside over there.
Yeah. I remember
facelift is all.
I remember I went to the grand opening of the new basketball and gymnastics practice facilities when they first completed those. I remember that and going through. I went to my uncle was an administrator at Georgia. And, he took me to that event because I was living with him at the time. I was working. I'd come back and worked as the, recruiting film guy. And so he took me to that. And that was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
It was, I think, the only year you and I were on campus at the same time.
Probably running the streets, having a great time on my scooter.
I probably saw you. I probably, we probably ran into each other downtown.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's fun. But yeah, so facilities getting a major upgrade, and I'm here for it for sure. So, next thing we got, man. Have you seen the odds come out? There was they released the betting odds for the first week of games. Georgia opens up 15.5-point favorites over Oregon. I don't think it's going to be I don't think it's going to be that one when game time rolls around. I think it's going to be closer to. I think people are going to bet it down to about 10.
Yeah, I think it's going to get closer to see, how spring practice, not spring, but how fall goes, fall camp, injuries, things. If we come into this game healthy, we get Washington back. We just come in, everybody's clicking. It's going to get ugly fast. Simply from the fact that I don't think Oregon's physically ready this year. I think next year they will be. I think they've got a great staff over there. Coach Lanning's done a great job with his staff. But I think they're a year away from being exactly where he wants them to be physically. Athletically, I think they match up against us, but I don't think they're ready physically to beat us yet.
Right. No, they're not. They're not, and that's okay. I mean, he's got to instill his culture there, and he's got to bring the SEC way of life out there to the West Coast. It's just a tough matchup for him. For that to be his first game as a head coach. I mean, good Lord, man. That's
at least it's not in Sanford Stadium.
That is true. So, yeah, I thought that was interesting. I was like, man, hey, that's pretty crazy for that matchup to be that big of a spread. But then, I thought about it. I'm like, well, they're losing a lot and all that good stuff. So
I'm interested in the Florida State game. They play for week 1 too, don't they? Or did I read that they're wrong?
Florida State plays LSU.
That's okay.
Yeah, that LSU game. Hold on, I'm trying to find the odds. Trying to find where. Let's see. Bet online. While I look for this, did you see where Believe and NFL shows have reached a deal with SiriusXM?
That is awesome. I saw that the other day.
And
we're getting closer, baby.
We're getting closer. We're getting closer. You know it. I was just about to say that. We're getting close. We're getting close to being us on SiriusXM. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine us being able to say, "Hey, we're on SiriusXM," and we'll be talking about how Florida State is 2.5-point underdogs to LSU in New Orleans.
Just 2.5.
Just 2.5 in New Orleans.
I think Florida State did get better this year.
They did.
I think their spring game and what they had coming back, because I don't think they lost anybody except for Johnson at the end on defense. So, that might be a good game. Yeah, I don't think LSU has a quarterback.
No, they haven't decided on one at least.
Yeah.
Nobody. I don't think we have a quarterback, man. It has
been scarily quiet over there too.
Oh yeah,
at LSU, I hadn't heard any noise from over there.
He hadn't been dancing, nothing. Crazy.
That's kind of scary because that means either they're really working or they're scared. One of the two.
Either they're going to come out and just put a 50 burger on Florida State, or wow, okay,
they're going to get waxed.
Yeah, they're going to get waxed
by Florida State.
Yeah. Georgia opened up at 16.5, not 15.5. I looked at the Ohio State line. They opened up 15.5 over Notre Dame.
Dang, I don't see that happening.
No, Notre Dame's pretty good.
Yeah,
they're gonna be sporty.
They're gonna be pretty good.
Yeah,
they're gonna play defense. That's for dang sure.
Mm-hmm. Well, you already know that.
Better than they did in the bowl game.
Yeah, totally.
Because let's not forget they gave up 21-point lead.
Mm-hmm. And it's just a
quickly.
Yeah, just a bad scenario there. But they
I'm interested to see how Clemson does this year. I think this is going to be the telltale because he lost everybody on that coaching staff at Clemson. Take that back. All his main guys he lost.
Yeah.
So it's going to be real interesting to see. And I don't know anybody on that staff now. We got a flyer. They want to see one of my receivers, and I got a flyer. I was like, I don't know anybody on this list of coaches, not one person that I've ever heard of, except for Mickey Kahn because he was at Grayson.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I don't know anybody on that staff.
So we'll see how good Dabo is. That's for sure.
Yeah.
We'll see how well he does. Can he get back to the ACC championship? Can he win the conference again, or is it going to be Wake Forest?
I think Miami's going to be better.
Miami definitely be better with Cristobal, Spencer Van Dyke as a quarterback. They're going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
Arkansas opens up 7.5-point favorites over Cincy.
Cincy's going to be interesting this year too.
Mm-hmm. What do they do with that? Yeah, what do they do with that Ritter?
Losing Sauce.
There was a lot of talent.
That's going to be a good game.
Mm-hmm. And Arkansas
I can't wait for college football.
Arkansas gets Jaden Hasselwood. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be really good. I'm excited. That gummit, I'm ready. I'm ready for some football.
Absolutely.
Ready. I'm ready.
Yeah. We start summer workouts on the 6th, so it's like 2 weeks without football right now.
We go Tuesday, the 31st. We're right back at it. Yeah.
Getting it in. Well, George, we got 2 dead weeks now. So the week of Memorial Day is a dead week for us.
Oh yeah. See, our two dead weeks are back to back around July 4th.
Ooh. See, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I like it now because think about it. Everybody just got done with spring football, finishing up with school.
Uh-huh.
They ain't gonna be worth a dang anyway. That first week, so they just go ahead and give it to them.
Yeah.
So I like how they did it.
Yeah.
But y'all back to back, ooh, that's 2 weeks without anything.
I know, and they ain't doing.
I hear making TikToks and playing with splat ball guns.
God, throwing water on teachers.
Absolutely.
God, I'm glad it wasn't me because I don't know that I would have reacted as calmly. I'd have been hot.
Man, people just don't understand how rough teachers have it. You're just sitting there using the bathroom, minding your own business, contemplating life as a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing you know, you're soaking wet.
Yeah, and kids are running out snickering.
Yeah.
Like they knew he was in there. Like, and they all 5 got in the room. They got in the ISS room and they were trying to assess the situation. And the principal's like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna expel all 5 of you." And boy, they started snitching. Boy, they were like, "Ooh, it was him," and they all pointed at the same dude. They all snitched on the same guy.
I thought y'all my boys.
Oh yeah, he thought wrong. They sold him out quick.
Man,
When they heard that word expulsion, man, they were they
sang like the Harlem Boys Choir.
Oh yeah, they were just a talk. They were given every detail. Like what else do you want to know?
Temperature of the water.
Yeah. They were like they broke down the technique.
He had a yellow bowl. He had 2 ice cubes in it. The water was a little dingy. It was approximately
It was that
65
brown metro
degrees
water.
Fahrenheit.
Yeah. And it was a launch angle. They failed math, but all of a sudden they became geometry experts. Physics experts. Well, the launch angle was 13.2 degrees. It took them approximately 1.2 seconds from the top of the stall until it hit Mr. Burlingame. So, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
Bless his heart. It's been rough for teachers.
He's not one that usually handles it well. He's not one that usually ends up on the calm end of the spectrum in those situations.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, it's like if you were to get a handful of teachers to not do that too, he's definitely on that list. He's on that list.
He was one of them.
And he came out. He's like, it ruined his day.
Ride.
Oh yeah, but he, yeah. Thankfully, it was the last day of school, or he probably would. Yeah. So
looking for a new job and a new career.
Yeah. Well, since we're in randomness,
it ain't over.
Yeah, he's looking for those kids. He's like, damn freshman. So, but we're in the randomness segment here. I put randomness because there's a lot of fun stuff to talk about that's not necessarily Georgia Bulldog related. Scrolling the tweeters, right? And Steve Smith,
what you got?
Steve Smith is joining the Giants coaching staff.
Really?
Yeah. He's joining the staff.
What's he doing? Is he coaching receivers?
Yeah, I think so. He's got a Twitter video where he's like talking about it. And obviously, I can't play it right now, but I retweeted. I tagged you. So he's wearing a Giant shirt.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I like the fact that these NFL players are actually getting into coaching. It's good that you got vets, that's been through it, had really great careers, are giving back. That's how I see it. They're giving back to, kind of what they did, helping these young guys make it through. Because let's be honest, playing in the NFL is hard.
Yeah.
It's not as easy as people try to make it seem, with so much going on. So it's good to see, veterans giving back and getting into coaching and stuff like that. So that's really cool.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's very cool. And so I just think it's these guys get so burnt out, and it's good to see them stay in the game and definitely stick in the NFL level because it's what they know. Like Wes Welker's kicking around in the league now, and a lot of guys are. A lot of former players are. It's good to see. It's good to see that coaching. I mean, because the NFL is unique, whereas it's hard. It'd be really hard for me to go be an NFL coach because I never played in the NFL. Hell, I didn't play in college, and it'd be hard. Like college, you could come. There's a lot more ways to come up through the ranks and earn your stripes, and you could be a good recruiter. You could be good at this or that, and you're still dealing with kids at this point. But the NFL, man, you're dealing with grown men.
You're dealing with grown men that make more money than you.
Yeah.
Trying to tell them what to do.
And if you ain't been through it, it ain't gonna work. There's rare exceptions, and they're just exceptions. Like look at all the like Shanahan is an NFL. He's been in the NFL. He didn't play, but he's been in the NFL. Bill Belichick was in the NFL for God knows how long, and he had success doing it, but he didn't get the respect. He had to. I mean, he really had to earn it when he came up to the Giants.
Spurrier went to the NFL, and it was way different.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Saban, Urban Meyer. Look at the guys who've been coaching college football forever. Thought, hey, this is pretty cool. Wrong.
Nope.
Absolutely not.
But
look come back to what they know.
Look at the most successful coaches. They're either really old guys that, came in through the ranks, had to really grind to get to the get to where they're at.
Or the young guys that's all they know.
Mm-hmm.
They started from the bottom, literally, and made it. But I did see, speaking of former players, I did see your tweet on you got to pick 2 restaurants. Right?
Oh yes.
So my 2 would have to be Burger King and Subway. Sometimes I want a burger, and sometimes I want a regular sandwich. You know what I mean? So I think those would be my 2.
Okay. Burger King. And what was the other one?
Subway.
Okay.
That were on the list.
Okay.
I can do without the other ones.
Yeah. It was a tough list. Let's see.
I like to fry my own chicken.
Yeah. Well, alrighty. That's definitely a guy. I really like the Burger King choice. I'll tell you which one was not going to go. The one that was not going to go was Quiznos. I don't
even know if they're even in business anymore.
Yeah, I haven't seen a Quiznos since a gas station chain.
Yeah, I ain't seen Quiznos since 2002.
Yeah. Now, Jack in the Box, you can have that one.
Yeah.
I would pick Chipotle. And probably, I love pizza, so I'm probably picking Papa John's.
We're a Domino's family, but Papa John's pizza is good when it's fresh and hot. Though.
I'm a Jet. I
We'll give
mean,
you that.
really, we're a Jets family, but Jets is not on the list.
Yeah, we love Domino's around here.
Yeah. What do you just get the regular crust? What do you get on it?
Yeah, it just depends on the day. You know, I might get the Philly one day. You know, or the
Like you're real adventurous.
the meaty one. Then we'll
meaty
put some
ones, right.
pineapples and stuff on it. You know, just mix it up every
Pineapples.
once in a while.
I can't do pineapples. I can't do it.
It's so good.
I can't do it. It's difficult. Just I don't know. I didn't grow up with that. I don't know. It's just difficult for me.
I like it when they don't bake the pineapples in with the pizza. I like it when they bake the pizza and then put them on after and kind of let it melt together so the pineapples are still cold. Warm pineapples are gross.
Yeah. I think that's been my experience with pineapples on pizza.
Yeah, no,
I just haven't had the right experience. That's probably what it
that's
is.
it.
But
When they're cold and then they get put on there, it makes a whole lot. They're warm pineapple. It's nasty.
Now, I'm either a thin crust guy, which like when you have thin crust, like the ratio of crust to cheese and the toppings, it just seems like there's more toppings in the cheese. Like it just, I don't know, it just feels like it's a lot better of a pizza when it's a thin crust.
Mm-hmm.
And then the deep dish.
Deep dish is where it's at.
Love me some deep dish.
Domino's has a garlic crust that is really good.
Love me some
I
deep
think
dish.
that's why we love it.
Yeah. Now there's this place here in downtown Nashville, right by the Sounds Park downtown. It's called 312. It's like authentic Chicago deep dish. Like you go there and you're gonna be there at least an hour. Like when you make your order, they tell you it's gonna take 45 minutes for your pizza. And they bring out this pizza. It's like a little 10-inch pan. But you can only eat one slice. Like that's how thick it is. But it's like true Chicago style, where it's like true
Is that
Chicago
what the
style.
sauce is on top?
Yeah, the sauce is on top. Everything's underneath it.
Mm-hmm.
And you eat that one slice, and you feel like you've eaten Thanksgiving meal.
Yeah, got to go home. I'm about to fall asleep.
Like I had trouble driving home. Like seriously, it was. I'm like, I just ate one slice of pizza. I just ate one piece of pizza. What in the hell?
I can't believe there was no Mexican restaurants, like authentic Mexican restaurants on that list.
Yeah, that was kind of odd.
We go to Mexican every weekend.
I love Mexican. What do you get? What's your thing?
You gotta have your chips and salsa.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously, and cheese dip, yeah,
Absolutely.
obviously. Huck just we have to bring Huck his own bowl, so because he might dive head first into the cheese. I don't know if
that's what my daughter does. My daughter loves it. She loves cheese dip.
he don't even need chips. He just tips his hand in there. Just
You look over there and there's cheese everywhere.
you're just like,
what happened?
okay, we're gonna need a hose. Just hose him off.
Yeah. But when I go to a Mexican restaurant, I try everything on the menu. Like I try I'm an enchilada guy. I love enchiladas. I try their quesadillas. Here in Albany, they have this dish where it's rice, and queso, like your grilled onions and peppers, and you can put you get steak, shrimp, or chicken on it, or all three. You can mix and match the combo, and it's delicious.
All right, I'll be right back. All right, that's the show. Goodbye. Wow, that sounds really good.
It is.
Damn it,
really,
I want some
really
Mexican
good.
now. For our faculty meeting tomorrow, we're going to Brew House. I might get some nachos. Now that you say that, I'm gonna get some nachos.
We're done. I wish I could go to Brew House. I got to pack some more tomorrow.
Y'all don't have a faculty meeting that you can go to for at least a few minutes?
Absolutely. Now I'm going to verify my grades, and then they're getting a 2-finger discount. Turn in my keys, and I'm out.
You say, Peace. Yeah. Probably better.
Don't call me no more.
You probably, probably don't want to see anybody from that school anymore, do you?
No. A couple of them, yeah, but for the most part, absolutely not.
Damn, what'd they do to you over there, man?
It's just different. Speaking of randomness, both of us being teachers, just the fact that, let me tell our listeners something about being a teacher that most people don't understand. Okay?
But you get summers off. Wait.
A lot of parents see their child, I don't know, a couple hours out the day. We get them for like 8, 9. And if you're a football coach, you get them pretty much all day.
Mm-hmm.
And your kid is not as good as you think they are.
They never are.
And I'm going to leave that to your imagination. But, and you're a content teacher. I'm not. So I feel for all my content teachers out there who don't have a plan, don't have an objective, don't have a content to teach. I got to develop lesson plans and things like that. And people never take into account of the hard work that you guys do. And I say you guys, I'm a teacher too, but you guys actually teach. I'm more of the athlete on the athletic side. So
I'm on the creative side. I mean, there's a lot of, I'm all project based. Kid,
Yeah.
My discipline is usually because my subject area is really, really cool.
Yeah. But for all my other teachers, that's why as a coach, I patrol the halls. My players, they know the difference between right and wrong. And if I get called, I'm going to come and get you right then in front of everybody. So, this is a much needed break for our teachers. And they'll get summers off. Yeah, because we're dealing with your kid for the last 10 months of the year.
Yeah.
And if you're a football coach, you still see them.
Mm-hmm.
Every day.
If you do any sort of extracurricular activity, you don't really get any time off.
Absolutely not.
You just don't have to see them every day.
Yeah. But I do love what I do.
Mm-hmm.
I love being a teacher, love being around kids, love being around coach, but it's hard out here in these streets sometimes.
Yes, it is. Some days I'm going, yeah, that boring office job's not looking too bad.
Man, I've debated selling insurance for a while now.
Yeah. Me too.
I'm about to go back and get my real estate license because this ain't it.
Yeah, just in time for it to crash, right?
Absolutely. Watch. As soon as I say I'm out. Oh, sorry, guys. It's crashing again.
You're like, wait, can I get back in? I'll hang on to teaching. You can come be my offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
Might have to come to Nashville to do it, but I think you'd like it up here. Nashville, man. You finally get to see snow.
Mm-mm.
Get all 4 seasons.
I don't see snow.
In March and April, you get all 4 seasons every day.
No.
Like you wake up and it's like 30 degrees. Then you get halfway through the day, it's like 75, and then it declines back to like 20. Like you have to scrape ice off your car, and you're wearing shorts because it's going to be like 80 degrees later on.
That doesn't sound fun whatsoever.
The weather here is so schizophrenic.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
You'll like double your amount of colds that you have because your body just can't adjust to the drastic changes in the weather. That's why
what is going on?
We're the allergy capital of the world because we just can't. Like our weather can't make up its mind. But speaking of not being able to make up your mind, we're going to make up your mind right here. We're gonna get out of here because I know you've been hearing us for quite some time. So, however you found us, we thank you. If you found us on YouTube, subscribe. Hit that bell notification for all new episodes, not just this show, but Beast of the East, SEC After Dark, and eventually Illegal Motion will all be running through my YouTube channel. So keep your eyes on that. Keep your eyes peeled for that, because Israel at some point will finally join us for Beast of the East. I know he's been in the whole moving scenario. So
yeah, man, I feel bad. I'm like, dang, I got to get on. I'm like, oh,
after the move, you'll be good to go. So
we'll be rolling.
We'll be rolling. We're not doing Beast of the East next week, so you're.
It's Memorial Day weekend. Everybody be safe.
Yeah, absolutely. Be safe. Show us pictures. Tag us of what you're grilling out. I might put some chicken thighs on the smoker this weekend. What are you going to cook? Are you cooking anything?
I'm not cooking. I'm not cooking this year. I'm going to be on a boat, either fishing or just riding somewhere.
But you're going to be on the water somewhere.
Absolutely.
I'm kind of jealous. But I will be cooking my chicken thighs and living my boat life vicariously through you. So, like I said, find us, subscribe, follow at Believe in Dogs, at Troopstar28, at Coach Burton36. Follow those accounts, tag us, interact. We're going worldwide, man. I'm going to get on with that. I'm going to get on and do the 3-continent experience again this summer. They want to do a football 101 show for all the Australians and Brits that are into football now. So that'll be fun.
Nice. That'll be good.
That was good. But they're Britsburg, I think, is what the Steelers syndicate. Britsburg Owen and at Steelers Oz. That was a lot of fun. But if you check our account, you can see my appearance on that show. So, like I said, thank you. However you found us, thank you for listening. You can follow my man Troop. You can follow me. You can follow us, and we'll catch you back here next week. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
This is the Georgia Dogs Podcast on the Believe Podcast Network.